Okay, let's start getting a bit trickier. I forgot to press the little green tick when I was happy and finished the extrusion of wedge. Tick, there it is. Isn't that just beautiful? So I'm going to click on right. And right now things are going to get a bit trickier. I'm zooming into this wonderful little wedge, and I'm going to try to draw the beam that goes across here. Yep, things are getting trickier. So I need to draw it on this back right face. I'm going to just over here in the middle of it, click right, new sketch. I'm just going to choose this line tool. I could probably use the rectangle tool, but I've got no idea how to rotate the rectangle easily. Um, Go on, you work out how to do it, and kudos to you. You'll have my honest praise. Line. Now I'm going to just zoom in a bit more. I'm going to click, I'm going to try to get pretty close to here. Well, look at that little highlight thing, the little kind of shadow thing. I wonder if that tells me that it's aligned. Time will tell. Well, there we go. I'm going to give it a go. So click, drag. Now, if you happen to click somewhere that you just don't want to be, you can always hit escape or just delete this whole sketch one thing and do it afterwards. Reminds me, I haven't renamed it. Do that in a moment. So I've got my line. I'm going to bring it over here, try to align it to this edge. Come out here. I'm not being too precious about it because I've got a bit of work to do it using a few different tools you're going to learn about. Click, and so when I come back to this point, you'll notice it kind of clicks and highlights when it locks into position. That's a happy place. That's made a complete shape for me. Now look at that line and look at that line. Are they parallel? No, I hear you say. What a joke. So let's make them parallel. Come up across the top here. I'm going to click on parallel. I'm going to choose, I'm going to wait till the line is highlighted, click, and click, and go back to the parallel button, click it again, and watch it, watch it, watch it. Boom, just like that. Occasionally it doesn't work, so just go through that process again. So I'm going to make sure that these two lines, this line and this line, are parallel. I'm pretty sure they are, but you know, eyes can deceive at times. So parallel, click, click, and parallel. Happy times. I'm now going to zoom in and make sure that got my this point and this point aren't exactly where I want it to be. So I need to use my coincidence tool. You guys are all pro at this. I'll talk through it anyway. Hit coincidence. I'm going to search around with my mouse and I can find the corner. Now I've got to find the next point that I want. Oh, hey, look, I found it straight away. So remember, if you click on the line or if you don't click on the line, you just want to search around until you find the point of where you actually want it to be coincident with. Click on coincident, and where on earth did it just go? Oh, it's gone to that back edge. That's cool. That's some smart programming there. Let's. I'm just trying to get myself into here. Am I on a true right view? I think I had a little bit of an angle going on there, which was just confusing me. And I'm easily confused enough. So again, I'm going to choose the coincident tool, choose the point of the square that I've just drawn, find that point of the wedge underneath it, make it coincident, and let's zoom out. That's all now nice and neatly lined up. So I've got this shape, I've got both of the lines parallel. I've got this point and this point coincident with the wedge which is underneath it, because realistically I'm not going to have it floating in space. Now I just want to extrude it, so I'm going to go up to the extrude button, highlighted there already, solid, new. So, mathematics, not my strong point. Let's do it off the top of my head. I know that this front face is 200 wide. This side piece of wood is 9 millimeters thick. It's going to be 9 millimeters thick also on the left-hand face. So that's 182 millimeters is the space in between. So I just need to make this 182. Fingers crossed. So sometimes you get that little spinning wheel. That just means it's rendering it. Where's my view? I'm going to go isometric and turn. Oh goodness, it just gives me vertigo sometimes. Yeah, there we go. It's all nicely kind of. It's come across. It hasn't come across too far. So if I look at the back view, you can see pretty clearly that there's space here for the left face, which will be the same thickness as that wall, the right face. I'm going to have a go at drawing. Will I? One of the things about doing these drawing programs is you've really got to think logically through your steps of what do I do next. I've got no idea. So I know I have to draw really a wedge under here. Well, there's a wedge under here. I need a wedge under here as well too, because this beam across here, let's go across and name it. So we'll go back up to, if I click on sketch 1, causing myself, yeah, sketch 1, no, it wants me to, yeah, that's okay. I haven't, do I sound confused? There's a good reason for that. Let's go back and click on extrude 2, click OK, sketch 1, let's rename it beam. Click OK. Okay, so yeah, we're looking good. Look, if you can work out the logical way of getting this wedge under there, that might mean deleting this, it might mean doing this beam afterwards. I will give you bonus points if you can work out how to get that in there. I've got to leave some challenges for you. I can't solve them all, probably because I can't solve them all. Okay, so we've got front face, 1.5 mil thick, side face, 9 mil thick. We've got one of our wedges, we've got a beam. I might have a go at doing a little, putting the little snare wire on here. So if I go, what do they look like, a snare wire? What on earth am I talking about? So here's a snare wire. So we're going to use some bolt cutters, just cut straight across there. This part here will attach about here. These wires here will, from this point where it attaches, they're going to come upwards and so that little attachment's there, and they're going to come upwards here, and the wires will rest against the front face. And when you belt this gently, nicely, rhythmically, you're going to create beautiful sounds because these wires will rattle against the front face. So I'm going to go back to my back view. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to right click on my beam, go new sketch, vaguely draw a nice little rectangle on there. Beautiful. Going to call it snare. Going to extrude it. So solid, new. It's only like about, probably only about 2 mil thick, but I'll do it 5 mil thick. So if I go to my isometric view, oh goodness. Is it there? Yeah, it's there. Now, my next little challenge for you, my next little thing that I haven't worked out how to do yet. I'm sure if I put a bit of time into it, I would. So on this, so this component right here, this little kind of darker brown block is this bit right here, or here, this bit. Wires, of course, have to come out of it. So from this front face of here, my challenge to you, if you accept it, it's not essential, but brilliant if you take it on and try it, is draw a set of wires, let's just say 4 or 6 wires coming out of this front face just here, curving and resting close or touching the very front face of the drum. I'm not going to try and do that right now, but if you do, brilliant, more bonus marks for you. So let's stop the video there and we'll start another section in a minute.